Solving quadratic equations with substitution. Solve x to the power of 4 plus x squared minus 6 equals 0, where x is real. This is a quadratic equation, even though it might not appear so at first. But when you look at the relationship between the x terms, you will notice that x to the power of 4 is the same thing as x squared to be squared. So we could re-express our equation in terms of x squared. So the first term would be x squared squared plus x squared minus 6 equals 0. And if you look at this, we see what we have is a term squared and a term and then a constant term. So it's quadratic. It might be easier to see this if we make a little substitution. So if we let a equal x squared, then we could see that x to the power of 4 would be a squared. So we can write out our equation like that, as having a squared plus a minus 6 equals 0. So now we want to solve this equation. So to solve, we'll factorize it first. This is a fairly trivial one to factorize. So the factors of a squared are a, and the factors of minus 6 that add up to 1 would be plus 3 and minus 2. So there's the factors. The solutions are x equals minus 3 or negative 3 and x equals 2. Now in the question we're asked to find x, really. Solve means find the value of x. We've worked out what a is, but remember a is x squared. So we know that x squared is minus 3 or negative 3, that's one option. So then x will be the square root of negative 3, and there's two options, plus or minus the square root of negative 3. Squaring either of these would give us negative 3. But it does say x must be a real number, and that's not a real number. The square root of a negative number is not real, it's an imaginary number. So that answer doesn't suit what we were asked to get in this question. The other option will be a is equal to 2, so x squared is 2. So x will be the plus or minus the square root of 2. So these answers are real, so there's the two answers. So x is either plus the square root of 2 or minus the square root of 2, negative the square root of 2.